And there is the atmosphere, there is the ozone layer. And the atmosphere and the ozone layer, what did they do? They do something for us. Who knows? Okay. Your friend is Safo Dankwa, na mene Strategic Youth Network for Development, and Juma. I work as a project lead on an initiative called Children for Climate Action Campaign. Okay, and so this was developed, the campaign was developed because we saw that anytime we talk about climate change, we just focus on the adults and young people. And so there was this intergenerational gap. Na kwan kese pan de winti na kwa yeten kolane bebre omonim climate change and even how to protect the environment. And so we saw the need that it is important to also reach a hand to the children to raise awareness on climate change, so that for the mistakes that young people and adults have done in harming the environment, they will not come to repeat it when they grow up. So that is the reason for Children for Climate Action. And we came to Pokwase Community Library to engage with the Dodu Coding Club, because we realized that as we progress in this world, technology keeps changing every time. And this club focuses on coding. So we came here to engage them, to give them and tease their minds on how they can use the coding and the technology they are learning to help in solving the climate crisis. So that's the main reason why climate change is not something to put aside. As a matter of fact, I am speaking to churches, mosques, religious leaders, and every parent, every young person, that climate change is something that we need to take up. If you cannot do the big things, you can do the small things by making sure that you don't put all your waste in one particular container. Separate your waste. Let the plastics go to recycling, and let the organic ones to also go into manure manufacturing. And so I'm telling everyone that let's do well to make sure that we keep our environment safe. Because if your environment gets destroyed, you can't tell me that you can count your money when the environment is destroyed. That's when we realize that we can't eat money. So let's keep our waters clean. Let's stop galamsey. Let's keep our environments clean. Let's not put rubbish anywhere. Let's find the right places to put our rubbish, and then we'll have a good environment to live. Okay, climate change is not child's play. It's a very serious threat to human existence, because I think the facts are undeniable. Some time ago, we realized that rain does not fall anyhow. I was telling the children that did they realize that last year in December it rained? But you and I know that climate change, rain doesn't come down in December. December is for Hamatan. But then the rains came down there. That means that it's a very serious thing we need to take up. And if we don't do anything about it, it is going to affect us greatly. We all remember the June 3rd flood. It was just because the gutters were flooded, the gutters were choked, the rains came down heavily, and there was serious flooding. A lot of people lost their lives. We don't have to wait for lives to be lost before we see how serious this is. The important thing is that we take action now, so that the cost will be lesser than when it happens, and then the cost will be greater. So it's a very serious thing. And that we should not burn bush gases. It affects the ozone layer. So it's getting effect on us. And what I will do to make other people that were not here to get impact of this introduction is that I'll make games and websites for them as they are playing games and they are visiting my website. I'll make games of climate change and websites of climate change to make them get impact of climate change and how it causes and how it affects us.
My name is Martha Fanny Agbasa, a member of Dodu Coding Club, a student of St. John's Grammar. And I would like teachers to also use PowerPoints to create slides to educate students on the effects of climate change and global warming. And the public should be educated on the effect of climate change too as well, so that we can preserve the world and so that the world will make the needs of man very effective. Thank you.
C4C,